Hi guys, this is Mila again, and today I would like to talk a little bit about representation and meaning. More specifically, I wanted to talk about certain cases when companies fail to recognize hidden meaning behind the symbols that they were using. Probably a couple of the most recent examples would be these turtleneck by Gucci and these shoes by Katy Perry, and also there was a Montclair t-shirt using the so-called blackface. For me, as a person who didn't grow up in an American culture, it took effort and it took some research to understand the underlying social issue behind the use of those symbols. And while I was doing research, I found some interesting things about the blackface. It was originally brought to America by the European immigrants, and it was used as a theatrical device. Back then, it wasn't so much as a racial signifier in Europe because there were no European slaves at that time when that symbol actually came into being. It was more of a color symbolism, with white being associated with daytime, with security, with the good, black being associated with night, with something that's bad could happen to you, with danger. By using that symbol in theaters, they didn't want to say that this person was from Africa. They were just representing someone in the dark, someone in the night. Whereas when they moved to America with all the slavery issue and everything surrounding it, the meaning of the blackface changed. People started using it in the comedy shows to represent and mock the African culture. And for me, it was really hard to capture that because Russia does have a history of slavery, but it had nothing to do with skin color. Everyone could be a slave as well as everyone could be a noble person. Another example of this lack of awareness would be this picture from the H&M website, and this is not likely to be forgotten anytime soon. There was so much outrage around it, but I lean to think that this wasn't intentional. This was just lack of awareness on behalf of those people creating this photo shoot, because let me remind you that H&M is a Swedish company, and again, there were no history of slavery that was related to skin color. So I think this is why it is so important to learn other people's cultures as public relations, any kind of other communication practitioners. On the other hand, there are companies that successfully incorporate the traditional values of certain societies that they have presence in. For example, IKEA, what they did for the Middle Eastern and Islam countries, they removed all women from their catalogs. So it was just the furniture and sometimes male pictures. In Russia, they removed all gay couples. Again, they were just traditional families, women, men, children. Another example of sort of recognition of the difference was this NYX commercial where the original picture looked like this, and in Russia it looked like this. As you see, the guy wearing makeup has disappeared from the picture. The values that those companies hold, they've explicitly endorsed the values of being tolerant. They explicitly endorse those liberal values such as marriage equality or gay marriage. They explicitly empower women in societies, but it looks like they only endorse these values here in the West, but not in societies where the worst oppression is actually happening to those people. And I was thinking, if they endorse these values here in the West, shouldn't they endorse them elsewhere? They could have printed the same catalogs for all over the planet. They could have refused to work and operate in the societies whose values are incompatible with their own. But they didn't do it. And I think I know the answer why.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
So here's the $1,000,000 question. Where is the line between meeting consumer preferences and being seen as fake and insincere? How to balance between our own values, between everything that we believe in, and the respect to other people's cultures and traditions. What do you think?